Right, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening. So today me and my group would like to make a video about heat transfer in daily life and industry. So we are from group 5, consists of me, myself, Ahmad Alqan Najib bin Abdul Latif, Muhammad Ali Adida and Muhammad Fidaus. Alright, before we continue through the topic, I would like to make a short introduction about heat transfer. So what is heat transfer? Heat transfer is the movement of thermal energy from a hotter object or region to a colder one because of a temperature difference. So heat continues to flow until the temperature become equal or thermal equilibrium is reached. So, for simple terms, the heat goes from the hot one to the colder one until the temperature is become equilibrium, same. So there are three types of heat transfer. So the first one is conduction, second one is convection, the third one is radiation. So what is conduction? Conduction is the transfer of heat through direct contact between particles in a material without the material itself moving. Heat flows from the hotter part to the cooler part as a faster moving particles transfer energy to neighboring particles. So to make it simple, the heat goes from the, as I say, from the hot to the cold, but without the material is moving. For example, like we cooking, we ironing. So the daily life of a conduction is, the first one is cooking with a frying pan. Second one is ironing clothes. The third one is ice cube melting in your hands. So the ice cube melting in my hands or in surface, because the heats from the hot one goes to the ice cube, then it will melt. That's what is heat transfer under conduction.
So I am Muhammad Fidaus. My matrix number is 23090. So let's continue to the convection part of the heat transfer in our daily life. So basically, convection is actually transfer of heat through the movement of liquid or gases. Unlike conduction, this convection is actually which transfer heat through the direct contacts. Its mean is like warm fluid becomes less dense and rise, cold fluid becomes more dense and sinks, and finally this continuous movement is called a convection current. So I'm going to explain convection current in different parts. So let's stick to another thing first. So how convection works actually. So step one is actually when heat is applied. When heat is applied, a heat source such as stove, heater, or the sun warms part of a liquid gas, the particles in the heated area gain energy and move faster. So for step number two, the fluid expands. When the object get heat, so the fluid expands as the particle move faster. The spread farther apart, the heated fluid expand and become less dense. For step number three, warm fluid rises. So it is because it is less dense than the surrounding cooler fluid. The warm fluid rises upward. So step number four, cool fluid sinks. So the cooler fluid is denser, harder, heavier is actually. So it moves downwards to replace the rising warm fluid that actually rises upward before. So final step is the cycle repeats. It's actually the cooler fluid is heated by the heat source. So it also rises after becoming warmer, and this continuous circulation is called as a convection current. So we go to the next part, which is the convection current itself. So convection current is actually, as the diagram above show, the heat from the bottom warms the fluid. So the warm fluid becomes less dense and rises. Cooler fluid sinks to replace the warm fluid. So the process repeats continuously, forming a circular flow that called convection current. So that is all from me. We're gonna move to the next presenter.
My name is Muhammad Ali bin Adrian Gan. My batch number is 301 and 6, and I will be continuing the presentation from the Ahmad Fidaus one. Okay, radiation. Radiation is the transfer of heat through electromagnetic wave. It does not require medium, thus it can be happen inside a vacuum. And all object above the absolute zero, which is 0 Kelvin, will emit thermal radiation. Next is daily life radiation. So, the sun, fire and ice. Example, Earth receive heat from the sun even when far apart, and the heat can be travel inside the vacuum space. For the fire, you can feel the warmth without touching it directly, and the heat is transferred by infrared radiation. So for the ice, the temperature is above 0 Kelvin, and thus it will emit the thermal radiation, but less than others because it is cold. Okay, next is heat transfer in industry. Heat transfer is important in many industries because it improves efficiency, save energy, and ensure product quality. For the power plant, boilers transfer heat into water to make it steam. Thus, the steam will help to spin the turbine more efficiently to generate electricity. Next is food industry. Mostly oven, pan, or baking use radiation and convection. Pasteurizer use heat exchanger, while food drying remove moisture using heated air. And for the manufacturing industry, melting, shaping, control the cooling rate and improve the product quality, the product strength, mostly for the metal, the glass or the silicon. Okay, and lastly, for the conclusion, heat transfer is an important process in both daily life and industrial application. The three modes of heat transfer, which is conduction, convection and radiation, work together to transfer thermal energy efficiently. Radiation is unique because it does not require a medium and can transfer heat through space. In industry, proper heat transfer improve energy efficiency, product quality, and safety. Understanding heat transfer help engineer design better system while reducing energy consumption and protecting environment. That's all from me. Thank you.